in Iraq and Afghanistan. And to that end, I'm really excited to be able to introduce my good friend Michael Graham, who Michael Graham, who is a radio talk show host and writer. His daily talk show, The Naked Truth, airs on 96.9 in Boston.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Because you're a big dope, that's why.
Oh, I hope we didn't lose. Oh, the bird did something wrong.
The bird just knocked off
Michael's
Skype.
new book, by the way, is called That's No Angry Mob, That's My Mom, written about the Tea Parties. And let me take this while we're waiting to fix that. All those people who've seen me on the Tea Party Express across the country, almost 200 cities and events we've done now in the last year or so. If you are a supporter of the Tea Party Express or tea parties anywhere, please give $50 or more. Help us out here, help move America forward. I'd like 100 Tea Partiers to show that you support, at least 100 of you, because I know there are millions of you, support our troops, because while we Tea Partiers are here at home defending the Constitution, these men and women are defending us and putting their lives on the line. So please, Tea Partiers everywhere, get on the phone, call, get on Troopathon.org and help us out.
We got a lot of Tea Partiers who are watching this broadcast on Troopathon.org or websites like Big Hollywood or, well, Big Pieces coming up next. That debuts this Sunday. We've got a lot of people who are all across the country in many ways who are looking to donate. So I'm just looking to get rid of that bird on your stupid head, Michael Graham.
Looks like now we've got him on the telephone. Hey,
I'm right here, but what happened?
What did the bird do to the computer?
Yeah, did your bird attack the computer?
That's Commander Conyer. He's my Green Beret. He's actually undercover with Al-Qaeda.
We have to tell everybody that Michael Graham went with us to Iraq in 2005, and you know what? I have never seen anybody, our troops, react as favorably to one of our members, because he's a professional comedian, and dude, you know how to make us laugh.
Well, I don't know. I mean, now I've already laid an egg. Ha, get it? But all I got to say is I want more Victoria Jackson upside down. You cannot have enough upside down Victoria Jackson, as far as I'm concerned.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen on live television, bar none. I mean, that I've actually participated with.
It was bizarre. By the way, I want to thank you, Melanie, for, first of all, I'm a fan of everybody. Mark, I'm a huge fan of Mark. Andrew Breitbart is changing the way America understands politics. He's one of the most important people alive in America today. And I'm not just saying that to suck up to you so you'll talk about my book, That's No Angry Mob, My Mom. That's really not why I'm saying that, Andrew. But I do want
I think I love him.
There he is right behind you.
There we go.
Guys. There he is.
I do want to say this, that Melanie, I want to thank you for putting me in here at the last second. I know General McChrystal canceled at the last second. We're really counting on having him, and so I'm glad to step in for him.
Well, it's my honor. It's my pleasure. Really, it's nothing.
Although General McChrystal is not done with his service, I do know that I got invited to an Amway party at his house the other day, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Really?
Strategy terrorists. They killed 2 terrorists, and they killed 2 friends, and they killed 2 friends. It was great. And don't you love how President Obama is suddenly, finally embracing Afghanistan policy after he's only been in office, what, a couple weeks now, right?
Yeah.
When was that election anyway?
He told us it was the good war, and you know what? I believed him then, and I believe him now.
Well, I don't think there's anything David Petraeus can't fix. Personally, I say send him to the Gulf. That's my idea. The Gulf, he can walk out to the water and tell the oil to go back into the hole, and it'll say, yes, sir, General Petraeus, we're there. He's that good.
And once he's done with the Gulf, how about we send him down to Mexico? I hear they got a problem or 2 down there.
What frustrates me, and not to get too sidetracked, because we're here to support the troops, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. What frustrates me is the same loony lefties who forced us to drill a mile underwater in the first place because we can't drill in Alaska, you know, on the ground. Hello, the ground. You have a leak on the ground, what do? You walk over, grab a couple of baby seals, shove them in the hole, you're done. we gotta go call freaking Aquaman so we can drill a hole in the water so we can get some oil. It's just, all of this insanity leads back to the same thing, taking your eye off the ball. And the one thing that Melanie, you and I have experienced is the guys who are in Iraq and Afghanistan, they are focused on the mission. And one of the things that we can do to keep them focused on the mission is to remind them every day that we love them, we care about them, they're in our prayers, and that's what these gift boxes do. Melanie, you were there in Iraq. I saw you. You were under several Iraqi American soldiers in Iraq. under them, literally. And no, I'm kidding. Melanie was mostly good. Mostly. Now, Mark, on the other hand, geez, hands all over the place.
Hey, you and I slept together in Iraq.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about what happens in Baghdad. Stays in Baghdad. You have to remember, I'm from South Carolina. I spent a weekend in the county lockup. There's nothing you can do, Mark, that can scare me, okay?
Hey, you know, I remember when we were in Iraq, and people were writing about our trip there, and there were some left-wing bloggers who were out there who insisted that we had, that the American government had paid our way to propagandize about the stories that we were that we won Associated Press awards for covering. That was kind of funny, you know, especially because
the military is always the bad guys, particularly for the left. You know, we have a story here in Massachusetts where I do radio right now of a 17-year-old young man at a local liberal high school, Arlington High School, who noticed that they didn't have American flags in all the classrooms as required, and they weren't starting the day with a voluntary Pledge of Allegiance. He spent 3 years gathering signatures. He got signatures from everyone from John Kerry to Charlie Daniels, all saying, come on, it's the Pledge of Allegiance. And the school board voted, no, we will not start the day. Because you know why? For liberals, patriotism is a political version of the peanut allergy. Not only do they not practice it, it makes them break out in hives when you practice it near them. And so a great antidote is to show support for troops. And I just want to, particularly people who are watching right now in New England, my listeners who've logged on to watch, look, we whine all the time about everything. It's our nature as Americans, and particularly here in New England. You know, 78 degrees, it's too high. You know, Dustin Pedroia is on the he's on the, you know, the DL list. He's, oh, what are we going to do? We're a game behind the Yankees, wham, wham, wham. Meanwhile, we have young men and women from 18 to 22, 23 years old who are getting shot at for us. Right. And all I want you to do, all Commander Conyer wants you to do, send them some cookies. Send them a care package. Remind them that you're thinking about them. And here's what I'm willing to do, because I love our troops and because I believe in shameless self-promotion, as you know, Melanie.
Yes, yes, I do.
For the next 10 people who donate the $100 package, I will donate to them an autographed copy of my book, That's No Angry Mob, That's My Mom. It's a Tea Party book. It's for Tea Partiers. It kicks the butts of the loony lefties. But it's what I have to give. If I could come to your house and bake cookies, I would do that. What I can do is I can donate this book for the next 10 people who donate for the $100 level. I'm happy to do it. It's my pleasure.
Actually, when he was in Iraq, he was baking cookies for the troops. I saw that, yeah.
This is that, look, if you support the troops and you're on the left, I will kiss you. You're the greatest thing in the world. But I bet you what Michael just said here as we're sitting there and tiptoeing around our antipathy towards those who fight the war, I bet you just raised more money during that rant than we've raised over the last hour, because sometimes you got to tell the truth.
Well, can I add one thing, though, to balance that? Here in New England, we have some active military bases. And Hanscom Air Force Base, twice a year, has a ceremony called the Heroes Homecoming. The airmen there deploy in small numbers. They do things like security and computer work. So that you don't have that moment, you know, where like 500 guys come back and all get off the plane, you know what I mean? So every 6 months, the folks who return from deployment abroad are honored. And we did it last Friday. And I will say this to the credit of the people in New England, on that day in this area, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, we gather. They have a huge crowd, cheerleaders, you know, people donate, they bring food, it's a real party atmosphere, and they honor every one of those men and women returning from abroad. Some of them are in rat holes, like nothing personal, like Djibouti. Some of them are in Baghdad and Mosul. They're in the worst parts of Afghanistan. And think about this. You're living in Boston, a modern city. You know, the big question in Boston is, can I get a parking space? And then 3 weeks later, you're, oh my gosh, someone just blew up my Humvee. That is the disparity of their lives. It's so tough on them, on their families, and the people in New England, they really do. Most of the time, when it comes to our active duty guys abroad, they step up and say, forget the politics, I want to show my support. And this is that opportunity. Troopathon is that opportunity.
I want to say thank you for supporting us at Troopathon for the last 3 years. Michael, you've done this every year. You've been a great participant. You went to Iraq. We love you very much. You look fantastic, by the way, even with Skype, where we can see up your nostrils. So that's...
Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird. I just want to say this. It's the least I can do. I was, as you know, Melanie, my high school guidance counselor said that I was unfit for military service, and therefore she suggested that I join the Navy. And so the least I can do is offer my support for Troopathon, and thank you guys for making this happen. It is a pain in the neck. It is so much work. The people viewing at home have no idea how hard Melanie and Mark doesn't know anything, but how hard Melanie and everybody has to work. Way to go, guys. Good
we're out of time. Michael Graham, talk show host.
Thank you.
Boston, challenge your listeners to donate. We would really appreciate it. All right, we're out of time. They're giving me the wrap-up signal, but I just want to say you too can donate right now. Do it, please. Donate. Troopathon.org.